Welcome back to the Trash Talk Show. My name is Don Fish here with Darik Campbell. This is week 10 going into the season. Let's go over some week 9 recap, man.
Week 9 recap.
First game I got on the list, Rain over Troops, 101-59, man.
Guess who called it?
You called it. You called all 4 or 5 this week, or 5 or 6.
5 of 6. Called that big
I was 3 and 3.
smackdown.
Dude, that is a big-time smackdown. Again, there are a bunch of people getting big-time smackdowns this year. That's one of them, man. Bitch slapped is what I call that.
Yeah, that is bitch slapped.
Breeze, 18 points. The rest of his team, 42, man. That is horrible.
That's what I said. All he has is Breeze. Nobody else.
Gotta get, hey,
Roy
he
Williams.
emailed me, hold on.
He's still starting Roy Williams,
He
baby.
emailed me this week and said, I gotta get some people off the waiver wire, man. It's like, I said, you're third this week, man. Your team has been slumping. You should be able to get somebody.
I think he picked up Larry Johnson.
I'm not sure if that's going to be enough help. Game 2, man. Bombers over Bandits, 107-61, dropping bombs.
Look at that. I think that's the first time I scored over 100 this year.
You scored over 100. He only scored 61. Go figure, man. Last week he put up like 150 points against me. This week he puts up 61 against you.
My defense.
Defense scored 22 for you. You also had Frank Gore. We motivated him. We talked a little shit about him. We motivated him. He got 21. Sims Walker for you, man. 20 points.
What a pickup.
He had Flacco, his quarterback, got 5, while he had Eli Manning sitting on the bench with 22, and his Bronco defense was his high-scoring player, and he only had 16, man. So, I mean, that tells the story there.
Well, the funny thing is, I think they're predicting Flacco to drop 37 this week. I mean, how? It's unbelievable.
Dude,
What's
Flacco.
next?
Ass Kickers over Hoosiers, 101-77. I don't think you called this one, but I'm pretty sure I did.
I'm not the only one you won this week, I think. But, hey, the ass kickers totally...
What happened to
Hoosiers?
Hoosiers?
I'll tell you what, I must have some misinformation, or somebody was posing as the owner of the team.
Ass.
Yeah, that's what I should say.
Dude, ass kickers. Turner had 29, Benson had 17, Romo 19, and Preston 14. Where the Hoosiers, their high scores were Manning at 19 and Rice 18, and the rest of his team pretty much didn't do anything.
See,
so.
Gore outscored Manning again this week, dude.
I'm glad you mentioned that, man. I feel better for you a little bit. Dogs over Guns, 127-106, man.
I called this beat down. Nobody believed it. I think I was the only one that chose the Dogs.
Did you call Kurt Warner throwing up 43 points and 4 touchdowns in the first quarter?
Hey, all I'm saying is he just wanted to be like Tom Brady legs, baby.
Dude, Guns put up some points, man. 106 points. Dogs started out 0-3. Now they're 5-6 in the past 6 games, man.
I said they're a good team.
And over 100 in the past 4 games, man. Dogs are coming on strong. Game 5, Killers over Intimidators, 118-78.
That was obvious. Killers.
That was
had a good week.
I think we both said Killers, but for some reason I didn't. I may not have picked them. I don't know. Slayton, the Killers had Slayton that got benched for fumbling, and he still scored 8 points.
Yeah.
Intimidators called me earlier in the week, said that they texted me, said my team sucks, dude. I texted him back, said your team sucks in every league you're in.
What about the Rage putting the smackdown on Awols? Called it.
104-90. Man,
that's a beatdown.
Rage out of nowhere. Cutler.
First place.
Cutler, 35 points for him, and now the Rage took first place with a losing record. That's pretty bad, man. Oh, he played the 2 tight ends, man. Vernon Davis and Antonio Gates. First person to ever win with the 2 tight end set.
Well. I told you the 2 tight end set was going to
work.
Ed
said before the beginning of the year he's going to run the 2 tight end set all year. You're going with the double tight end formation this year, is that what you're saying? And how often are you going to do this?
Every game.
He finally got a second tight end to do it with Vernon Davis. And they combined for 16 points, man. He got the win. Talking about Rage and Awols, man, let's just go ahead and throw it out there, man. The worst trade of the year.
Worst trade of the year.
Ed had the worst trade of the year award last year. Now he goes and does it again. He had Benson Jackson, the number 1 wide receiver in the league, that he trades for Joseph Adai. And I don't understand this, man. Do you understand this?
Well, Donald Brown's about ready to come back.
Really,
Joseph Adai is up and down. I mean, either Donald Brown will score 21 game and Adai scores 2, or Adai's going to score the 20. Vincent Jackson, VJack's there every game.
Dude, you know what he said to me? He said, well, I got to keep her for next year.
Who?
Joseph Adai. And Donald Brown going to be their keeper for next year? And Donald Brown going to be the starter?
Isn't that why we drafted Donald Brown? Because Adai's contract's coming up?
Isn't that right? And if the Colts ever renew the running back contract, that's going to be your keeper, right? Look,
good call.
Vincent Jackson, all right, in Ed's defense, Vincent Jackson's only put up 111 points, where Dye has put up 101. So there's only a 10-point difference there. But Vincent Jackson is the #1 wide receiver, and Dye is the #10 running back, and 48 points out of the lead. This is a bad trade. This is definitely the worst trade of the year so far. You got another couple weeks, but right now this one's pretty bad, man.
Worst trade of the year.
The poll on the website said 71% believes this is the worst trade. Horrible.
I think the one person who said it wasn't the worst trade was probably Ed.
Ed and Joe. One of them said depends. Wait later. We'll have to wait and see, I think. Let's go over the standings real quick, man. In the North, everybody's got a losing record, but the Rage catapulted this time in the first place. The Rage are 4-5. I'm not even going to talk about anybody else in that division. Central Division, everybody's got a winning record, man. Everybody's tearing it up here. Awols 7-2, Ass Kickers 5-3-1, the Bombers 5-4, and the Dogs at 5-4. In the South, and one person with a winning record. We got the Rain at 5-3-1, and all the other three guys, Hoosiers, Killers, and Guns, tied at 4-5, man.
Don's Guns on a 2-game losing streak. I got to comment again on the Central. I called it before the season started. Every team in my division was going to make.
You guys are going to beat each other up, man. At the last 3 games, man.
We'll all finish 500 and get in because you guys are going to get beat up outside the division.
You might, man. One thing I want to go ahead and talk over, man, before we go here is the Awol's easy ass schedule, man. He is 7-1, but it is only because of schedule. Look at him. All right, so the Awol's got a record of 7-2. My bad, not 7-1, 7-2. They've got the least points scored against them, 679, and the average points per week scored against them is 75. I said it last week, if you score 90, you're going to beat them. That's what the Rage did. If you take the last teams in each division now and give them the AWOL schedules, the Intimidators that are currently 3-6 would be 5-3-1 and in first place. The Chili Dogs and Bombers are tied at the bottom of their division at 5-4. If you give them the AWOL schedule, they would be 7-1-1 in first place and in the first place in the whole league. If you give me their schedule, this is what I'm going to tell you. Everybody's been calling me saying that their schedules, oh, everybody scores more. I got more points than everybody in the league. I got a losing record, and I'm at the bottom of my division. You give me Joe Watson's schedule, I'm in first place in my division. Anything to say about that, man?
The numbers don't
you be
lie.
in first place.
Clearly, I'm better than AWOLs. That's what that looks like to me.
Clearly, but I mean, you guys are in the same division. It's just a schedule.
It's just
thing,
like
man.
Exactly. It's just like everybody had the best week ever last year.
Best week ever.
Best week ever. It's a show.
What else you got, man? We're not going to give you all the pick'ems this week, but we're going to showcase a couple games.
We got to touch on a couple games. The brother game. That's probably the game of the week versus Don. Ed's
game
best
of the
player,
week.
so we know who's going to lay the smackdown on that.
I was so happy to see this one on my schedule, man. I literally just went.
You need
yes,
that win
man.
because you lost 2 straight.
2-game loss, and I saw the Raids coming up, and man, a smile just went on my face. And I even went and told him, I grabbed him, I was like, I got you this week. I got you.
And then Pray for Rain, jumped on the chatter today, posting a little video.
Oh, yeah, he was getting up on people.
Good day to whip somebody's ass. Well,
who's he played this week?
The Bombers, baby.
Oh.
You know what's going to happen. Bombers, dude. Bombers.
I'm not going to give away too much on my pick'ems this week, but I even got the Bombers to win, man. Dropping bombs on
Pray
people.
for Rain, you're going to get knocked down a notch closer to being in second place. The Hoosiers had it in control. Don's Guns going to get out of the 2
Guns, man, be leading the division. Well, half game back after this week,
right.
man.
That's right. Anything else?
That's it for
my
me,
pick'ems
man.
are stellar. My pick'ems are stellar. I gained 8 points last week.
Last week,
4.
you were 5-1. I was 3-3. So still in first place of the Ass Kickers, then you, then me. That it?
I've won 2 weeks in a row.
For Darik Campbell, Don Fish, see you losers next week.